So, welcome back YouTube. We've got a pull day today. We've probably done this pull session before, but you know, it's just nice to do another one, go through some movements, talk about it, maybe talk about some other shit when it comes to bodybuilding. So, where am I right now? Well, I'm actually in UltraFlex, but I am in prep. I am week 6 into prep. Body weight hasn't come down a lot, more so because obviously the first 2 to 3 weeks of prep was done without any assistance in, then it was added in, so obviously then at that point, for me, we tend to find that obviously body composition really improves, body fat reduces, but body weight kind of holds around that. We've seen kind of a kilo drop since then, but kind of body composition is very, very, very different. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what things can do. Kuba made some changes to diet at the start of the week. Since then, we've seen that body weight kind of come down slowly across the course of this week. You will find that if you are someone who's very adherent, that you will see your body weight come down in a really nice trend. If you are someone who doesn't adhere very well, you will find that when changes are made, that the body won't do exactly what you want it to do. So I'm actually really, really, really happy with how things are going right now. Today's session, we've got lots of pull downs, rows, all of it kind of heavy, but obviously with great form and execution, as well as intensity, and then obviously on some bicep, rear delt and glute work. We'll go through this session now. That feels nice. I expected to feel a little bit, I wouldn't say weaker, but just for things to maybe feel a little bit weaker because I had a deload and then I come off the back of the deload, and usually that first session back, it feels a little bit like a chore. I'm sure anybody that trains in this style of training knows what I mean, and then you get into it, but the first leg session was a little bit iffy. But these last couple of sessions, push and pull, have felt fantastic. So maybe I did need the deload and maybe Kuba was right. Don't tell him that though, fucking hell. First movement is a machine single arm pull down. Everybody hates a single arm pull down, but I've been doing single arm pull downs since I started bodybuilding, so maybe I've been bodybuilding wrong this whole time. Anyway, we have got the single arm pull down. It doesn't matter that obviously my contraption looks a little bit fancy. You literally do a single arm machine pull down the same on every machine. You keep your hips locked in, you keep your tummy tight, you keep your chest in a nice proud position, not arched but just nice and neutral. You let your arm fully straighten, you don't let your shoulder shrug up towards your ear, so elevate, otherwise you lose tension into your lat. You literally just focus on extending and stretching, and then literally driving that elbow all the way into the hip. You don't want to restrict your scapula in any way, but you don't want to be up and down and leading with your shoulder instead of your arm moving. Like, that is one of the biggest mistakes that you see. You literally see people there going, instead of literally like this, like that is a pull down. This is not a pull down. Everybody will be watching me thinking, what's going on? God. That was nice. Lots of lat. Getting massive. We always have that little debate about whether high volume training is better than low volume is better than high volume. Obviously there's been cases proved that both work really. It's whatever you find the most enjoyment with. What I don't like is other people bashing other people's methods that obviously do work, especially if they're getting results, and there's going to be people within them categories that potentially aren't getting results. Maybe a different style would be better for them. Maybe they don't put enough effort in and that's why they're not getting the progression. Or maybe they're just not genetically that blessed with bodybuilding that they're going to make a lot of progress with anything. So I think it doesn't really matter. But obviously we do lower volume, but I wouldn't really say that ours is low. I would say that it's probably moderate or medium volume, because like I have sets that are 3, I have sets that are 2, I have sets that are 1 set that it is low volume, but they're like once every 5 days. So I would say that it's very much medium to moderate volume, and I love it and I make good progress off it. So exercise number 2. So I've now joined back in with the boys. I don't do any of my single arm work with the boys because 3 people doing single arm just takes way too much time. And I like to, obviously our sessions are slightly longer because we like to be in the gym, but if they can be as short as they can through being able to do single arm work separate, then so be it. But onto the upper back row with prime. The upper back prime row. I love this row. I've said it so many times, but I absolutely love it. It is my absolute favourite, just because it just feels so comfortable. I love the extreme row as well, but I absolutely love this one because you can just get in and just really get to work. So hopefully that's been one of the reasons to be able to get my thickness in my back, because I know that everybody slates rowing and pull downs and things like that and instead of barbell rowing, but I don't get the same feeling on a barbell row as I do on this one. And I do enough hinges to be able to not have to do something like an upper back row, so you don't have to do it. But I aim to get as strong as possible on this so that I can get that really nice mid-back thickness. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. If I take my top off at some point, if I feel ready to, then I will. But ignore me because I am still a little bit floppy. 3, 2, oh, thank you.
stay there and drive. Beautiful work. Come on, open, 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 and drive. Come on. Open it through and drive. Come on. More. More, more, and drive. That's it. Shoulder blades in here. Come on, drive. Good. Come on, more. Again, come on. Take it all the way.
Take it.
Well done.
That's it.
I don't know how many reps I got there.
11?
Oh.
Yeah.
Third exercise is a single arm row on a machine. So this is the gym shop row. This is a machine that biases quite a lot in the lengthen position, which is nice because obviously we're a little bit way through our session now. We've battered our lats a little bit more in that shortened position, whereas now we can get to work on it a little bit more in that lengthen. So excited for it. If you are someone that obviously thinks that you don't need to do anything with resistance profiles, obviously you don't have to if you don't want to, but it is another way to obviously improve the quality of your training. So potentially it might be worth a shot if you don't try it or if you knock it and see if it can actually improve your training as well. Just because I'm not swinging the weight from A to B being really fast doesn't mean that I'm not training hard. If anything, I'm making it harder because I'm actually using the muscle that I want to use rather than using the entirety of my body. I think that training gets a little bit misconstrued in that it's got to be really loud and lots of jerky movements for it to be really hard. It's not. You need to do your movements well and then you need to get stronger over time, and that's just really basic bodybuilding. I don't think it's anything that's rocket science or evidence-based or scientific. I think it's just basic bodybuilding. Do movements well, get strong, simple. Right, the fourth movement I think we're on is upper back pull down. We're doing this on just a cable setup, so anybody in any normal gym can obviously do it like this. You can even buy a really cheap pin bar, or you can just do it with a straight bar with a couple of D handles attached if you would like to. But yeah, obviously upper back pull down. In my session, the lats are my most focus area, because I need more lat than real thickness. I do need some thickness, but not like lots, because I'm not a women's physique competitor. So it's really important for me that I do a lot of lats. So that's why all of my lat movements always become before upper back movements. So that's the priority, the focus always. Yeah, way harder, feels good. So, fifth movement is a lat focus pullover. This is the last of the back exercises. A nice little lat isolation, little burner to finish off. I don't really take too much time between one side and the other, or one set to the other. It's literally a get in, get the blood moving, finish that back section off nicely to move on to glutes, biceps and rear delts. Felt lovely, jubbly that did. That was aggressive. It wasn't aggressive, but it was very nice. So, exercise number, I think we're on 6 or 7, I don't know anymore, you'll know, is the hip thrusts. This is probably one of the heavier movements of this session. Obviously, because this is my full back focus day, the back stuff take priority, that's why it's at the front end, glutes just after, and then we have biceps and then rear delts. Not that they don't matter, but they require less thinking power. Still the same effort, but less thinking power. That's why they're at the bottom end. And I don't need big arms for my class. With the hip thrust, I've gone through this time and time again, but you want to make sure that you are keeping the tension in your glutes. When I was first doing them, and I didn't build any glutes from that, especially because for me, it's a really hard to grow area. And we all have those areas. It's like my quads. I could train however I wanted and grow some quads, not so much when it comes to the glutes. Well, not at all when it comes to the glutes. So I have to be really locked in and focused on making sure I do the movement right, but also over time, getting nice and strong with it, but making sure that that form stays locked very good as I do progress. And if they start to get untidy, I pull them back and then build up again, and just make sure that all of my tension stays in there so that hopefully on stage next year, there might be a sign of a glute. But knowing me, they're probably be inverted, gone. So last exercise is the rear delts. This machine's beautiful, but it's very awkward to get inside. I said to Gaz, I feel like a little dinosaur cracking out that hatch. I don't know why dinosaur, but Cuba calls me Megasaurus, so maybe it's just ingrained in me. But Rear delt flies. Obviously here we're trying to focus on driving the fist forwards, protracting a little, and really reaching out as we bring the arms back. You don't want to be kind of retracting because it would then allow you to really just work the rear delts. So you do want to think about out and back, not taking them hands too much past level with your shoulders to really get those rear delts firing. It's not going anywhere. So that's the end of my pull session. Well, it's not really pull, is it? It's pull, glutes, arms. It's a bit of everything. But it's what I need for my physique in order to obviously get me to stage in a good place. We can't really talk about growing at the moment, so we'll talk about what's going to allow me to be able to get to stage in a good place, which is literally just doing the same thing as what we've been doing in off season, and trying to make sure that obviously performance doesn't get too shit. I think that if mentally I can keep in a good spot, especially around training, making sure that that kind of focusing and dialing into that kind of athlete zone can happen prior to training, I think that I'll be able to keep my performance in a good spot, which should be able to keep my mass where it is. I'm still not a huge girl, especially for figure, so it's about bringing quality this year, so that means that we need to get really nice and lean. There's definitely enough muscle there now to be able to do that, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that end look is going to be. I'll probably share that at some point, but I just don't really feel like there's anything to share at the minute. I'm just getting lean, getting a little bit flat, which is fine, and just focusing on trying to bring a really good look to stage. But please like, share, subscribe. We'll obviously bring a lot more videos as we lead closer and closer to show day. If there's anything that anyone would like me to cover from a prep perspective, please do let me know, so that I can make sure that the content that I am bringing out is something that's bringing value to the people that obviously like to watch it. So like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you later.